Hello guys, Fix here. Well, welcome to another video, and this is a beautiful Volkswagen Polo with a very strange brake pedal. So for start with, the problem with this car, I will show you in a minute, is the brake pedal. So when the car is off, well, before, even when it's off, the pedal was going to the floor quite, almost to the floor. And we all know these cars, they have problem with the master cylinder, which I did replace today. A genuine part from Volkswagen, which is done. You can see that's the original part and the part number if you are interested, but I don't think you are interested in that stuff. Anyway, after fit now the brake master cylinder, now the car when is off, the brake pedal is nice and firm. But guess what? When you start a car, the brake pedal goes straight to the floor. And that's strange, but I found already what the problem of it, and it's a bit strange, but I will show you what he actually does. I will show you. So this is the work all done today. So new master cylinder. And now this is what the problem I got. So when the car is off, now you can see, so it's a good pedal when the car is off. But even when you turn off the car, after the pedal goes sinks to the floor, you still have a little bit of play. But like you can see now, it's fine. But watch this. Soon as I start the car, this is my brake pedal. All the way to the floor, and you can hear some noise on the back wheel. You go back, and again. You go back, and again. It looks like it's air in the system, but it's not. Well, not after I bleeding, but after bleeding, yes. I will explain you very quickly. So what's happened is the slave cylinders or wheel cylinders, they are getting air inside. From the piston, from the seals, is not a leak, because normally we change the wheel cylinders when they are leaking. This one is not leak, but is sucking air inside of them. So this will create we'll have air in the system, like you can see the pedal. But when the car is off, I have a very hard pedal, so there's no leaks nowhere. The problem in here, guys, you will be surprised, is, let me put here so the sun don't, is the wheel cylinders. I will replace both of them, so I advise the customer, because the brake shoes is quite low, so I advise the customer to put new brake shoes and new wheel cylinders, and she agreed. She needs the car for work anyway, and it's a nice car, so it needs to be on the road rolling. And yeah, I will show you actually what the problem is. Even when I took the brake, the drum out, when you're pressing the brake, you don't see any movement from the brake cylinders on the driver rear side. And when you get almost to the floor, you see some action. Okay, some people say the air on the system. No, it's not. I bleed. This morning I spent 1 liter of brake fluid bleeding this, and it's not. The only thing I think is I can see the pipes is lots of bubbles coming out, and then it stops and no more bubbles. But the problem I'm having is when I start the car, I start having bubbles again, which is not normal. So we will change the wheel cylinders. I will show you what I think is the problem, and then we will replace them and see if this will cure the problem, because looks like online lots of people have this issue. So let's go. So after this whole thing on the car, yeah, so master cylinder is replaced. I still have the same problem with the pedal. I don't believe the master cylinder it came faulty from the factory. That's a no-no. So I still have the same problem, even if the car now stood all night. Let's see how the pedal looks like. Yeah, it goes all the way to the floor, see? So now you're probably saying, so what is then? The master cylinder you're saying is not a problem? No. The only thing I think is a problem is that, and I'm 100% sure is that. And I will explain you why. So this so far, sorry about the mess, but I didn't tidy up yet. This so far is all the parts not a machine, it's not part from the car. So we change. So the shoes, like you can see, they already have their hard life and they start cracking in there, and it's very thin. You can see the difference when they are new. This one even looks a bit better on the side, so you can see. And this one is cracked already there, but I did change this. I said to the guy, look, I will change that, and also you have a small leak on the slave cylinder or wheel cylinder, whatever you call this, like you can see. But this one will make the brake pedal go on the floor like that straight away. It will take time. This one, the other side, it wasn't leaking, but just change them in pairs. I recommend that. Now I want to show you something very critical in here, because yesterday I was here with my neighbors. They was helping me out. We was bleeding the system too many times. Even I did the gravity bleeding. It took a while, but it's still exactly the same. It's hard pedal in the beginning, then you start the car, the pedal goes away to the floor. And I said, well, it's something not right in here. Like you can see, it's lots of bits in there. That big tube I was sucking air off, but it's nothing to do with the air on the system, can tell you that. So this is the old master cylinder, okay? And probably you people by now, you will say, yeah, you changed that, but you don't need to change that. That probably is good. No, it's not. And I will tell you, I took this all apart yesterday, and the seals is a bit worn. You don't hold much pressure inside, because this bit's all come apart. See, I'll take this off, and let me see if I can. It's difficult, but it comes off. I want to show you something now. See if you can notice. Can you see in there? Yeah, so exactly. I try to look. That is plastic. So now think about this. Plastic was inside the slave cylinder. When I take it off, I notice straight away lots of bit of plastic in the end there. After I remove that pot. Okay, so that white spot sits on the top of this like that, and you can see in another holes even these small bit plastics. So now what I come to the conclusion is this: if these small plastics will be compressed, come out from here, where they will end up? In there. And to me, one of the valves on that EBS pump is jammed, and this is what I will do now. So I will tidy up the garage. I will put the car inside, of course, and then I will take the ABS pump out, and we will analyze together, see if we can see some bits coming out. I bought one already anyway. They cheap use it. I know a guy in eBay who got them, and he sold me for a good price. Of course, I will use the electronic bit of that car. It's what I will do. Just use the mechanical bit, because I did this on the past on a Ford Focus, so you avoid to coding. Even I can code them. I got the machine. I'm not bothered about that. The only thing I want to do is see this car working perfect and prove my point here to the video in the YouTube, guys. First, the thing you have to do on this case is check your shoes, see if they are adjusted. Check for this. If any of them is leaking, change. If you still have the same problem, the next step is the master cylinder, of course. Booster. Come on, guys, booster is nothing to do with the brake on the floor. Booster, what will happen if you have a leak on the booster, your pedal will be hard, okay? If your pedal is soft, the booster is doing the work. That's why when I start the car, before I start the car, the pedal is hard. When I start the car, the pedal is soft, so the booster is fine. The problem here, guys, is the ABS pump, on my case, okay? But first, you change that part, because it's cheaper. EBS pump is more expensive. Of course, you can get a second-hand one if you want to go to that route straight away, because the slave cylinder, the seals can perish, and then it can bypass, and you don't compress the fluid properly. That's why we changed them. This was my first theory, but when I take it off, see that plastic, I know the plastic went up all the way inside the car. So what I will do now is just tidy this up quickly, put the car inside, take the pump out, and let's see how it looks like inside. I think we got some surprises in there. Another one is coming soon anyway, doesn't matter, but we want to have a look, I think. So guys, I finalized well, this is all it does, and the carbon in the garage. well, finalize the job, install the pump, and guess what? The pedal is fine. Everything is fine now. The brakes work how it should. I just need to adjust again the drum brakes because they was overheating, because I was thinking there is too much slag on the shoes, but it wasn't. So yeah, so it was the ABS pump. So to the short story about this is, well, the master cylinder failed, the plastics go inside the pump, and they damage the solenoids in the pump. That's it. That's what did happen, and this is the first time I came across one of those. So yeah, like I can show you now quick. So this is the pedal, nice and firm, and even now if I start the car, there you go. So now you can see the foot stays there, don't go down anymore. Leave and press again, and exactly is the same pressure. Again, exactly the same pressure. Again, and exactly the same pressure. So yeah, it's done, and I'm happy with it. So let's have a look now the parts we did change on this car. So stay there. So this is the off-ended part. Actually, it's a bit difficult. You cannot test this. So I was doing a video about this, and what was happening with me, I was testing these holes here. This hole is where the master cylinder connects, and what I was putting pressure on this one of the holes, one I cannot blow through, and another one the fluid was coming out from this side here. This is not a test. So to me, what did happen with this is the solenoids inside, one is packed open and it cannot close properly because of the plastics from the master cylinder. I don't know where that plastics really is inside the master cylinder, but I think it's probably from the piston. But well, like you can see, the car now is running fine, and this is the faulty part, and you cannot really test this. Okay, so the test I did probably is not a really good test, but this is what did happen with this one. So this one was blocked, this one was free, so I don't know if they need to have both pressure. Of course they do. I didn't test the new one anyway, the second-hand one, because I was in a rush, because I want to swap the bits. Like I swapped this is the one came from scrapyard. I used the original one, and just attached to this, and to just attach the original computer to the part came from the scrapyard, this block here. This is what I changed, and the car is running fine. Brake pedal is solid, it's good, it's hard, and it works how it should, and they don't go to the floor anymore. So yeah, so don't worry about testing this. So if you have a problem with the shoes, change the shoes. If you have any leak master wheel cylinders, change those. And if you still have the pedal go on the floor, master cylinder is the next step. Don't worry about the booster. Booster you only replace if it's hard pedal, which could be a broken pipe or the booster itself gone. But in this case, the master cylinder is the next step, and if you still have a problems, is your ABS pump is bad. Okay, I know it's difficult to know exactly what's happened, but the only thing I will tell you, sorry, I got a train close to my house. The only thing is, you can check the master cylinder for plastic bits, but it's not always will mean it's plastic bits in there. The seals can be worn, and that's why it's not compressing properly the fluid, the brake fluid. Okay, so well, I hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions, please comment down below. So Hakuna Matata, this is what we got. So we start to check the master cylinder, which was a fault. Like you can see, I'll show you again. So we got here, I have to do a quick video because my iPhone sometimes when I want to take the videos out is a pain from the phone to the computer. And I can show you if I try to scrape it. It's a bit difficult to take them off, but yeah, it's a bit of plastics here. Like, let me see if I can show you. Yeah, you can see it's bits in there, but it's difficult to take it off. Oh, there you go. So you have a big piece there. Oh, look. So yeah, this one did fail. Okay, so change this one, which cost 300 quid on a Volkswagen. It's quite expensive part, very expensive. And after change this, the pedal keep doing exactly the same. It was going down. Of course, the bits from this part already went to the pump, but we changed this one, and then we checked the shoes, and like you can see, there was already, they did have better days before. And then we see on one side cylinder actually looks like it's a bit wet and dark, but this one was leaking. But this don't will make the pedal to go on the floor like it was doing. This was a very small leak for a long time. So we changed those, nothing did change. The pedal still going to the floor. And then my last resort say, look, if this is plastic bits in here, this went to the ABS pump straight away. And inside the ABS pump, this is the old, so what I did, like you can see, this is from the scrapyard, so I changed the electronic bit and keep the original from the car. I could coding this one, but well, it's a quick job like that, I prefer to do it. So I changed only this unit. This was the faulty unit, the block. I believe it's probably plastic inside and it's just blocked the solenoids. You know, you got lots of solenoids inside, and to me 100% this gone because of the plastic. So yeah, this was all the parts I changed on this car. Of course, this is not really a big deal. She needs the shoes anyway and the slave cylinders, but when I changed it, I was thinking the problem is solved, but not, it still happened. So I was thinking it was the slave cylinder for start. Volkswagen sold me a very dodgy slave cylinder, which I talked to the Volkswagen, and because of the warranty, they want the car in, and they said if they will investigate and everything turns fine, the master cylinder is faulty, they replace free of charge, and they give the car to the owner. If no problems, she'd have to pay anything. But if the new master cylinder will be all right, and they investigate and they will find out is the ABS pump, then she have to pay the costs of the diagnostic, plus if she wants a new pump, which cost almost £1,000 on a Volkswagen. I bought this one for 40 quid, which was very cheap. I know this person who sells the parts for Volkswagen, so he said, no, I got one, and I was very happy, the same part number, everything. So he just sent me in, and it was very quickly. He sent yesterday and arrived today at home. So I fit this part and everything is working. So happy days. So, well, I just hope this helped you in some way. So if you have the same issue, if the pedal go on the floor, check the master cylinder, yeah, because sometimes the seals go. And if you have plastic bits in here, just take the pot out and have a look. If you got plastic bits, you know your master cylinder is bad, you have to replace it. And then you can end up with the same problem if your ABS will go at the same time. But fingers crossed, you just have one of them playing up, okay? So stay tuned for more videos. If you like this video, please subscribe and like, and please comment down below, and I see you around.